now recording.
No.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 14 of the podcast. I'm your host, TrappedSnake. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host, Sans and VergilsPride. And also, let's get right into the topics.
All right. That was pretty good. All right. So we have a bunch of topics for everyone. But before we begin, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Please help us grow 200 subscribers. We will also be having a special guest. That special guest is taking their sweet time.
Yeah.
Oh, TrappedSnake. You said you have a couple of topics to ask me and Sans. What's up with that?
What have you guys been up to lately, and how's everyone doing?
That's a good question. I'm going to start first. I'm doing okay. I mean, my day could have been a lot better. I don't know. It's okay. What about you, Sans?
All right. Mine's all right. Just woke up on a good side of the bed this morning. Not gonna lie.
Ooh,
Feeling
wait.
great.
Good for you.
Yee. I was having fun today too.
Ah,
That's all I gotta say.
I'm glad to hear that,
Yeah.
buddy.
Well, I think I
Right.
missed a bunch of shit that I was supposed to go, and I'm really freaking pissed at myself.
Why are you pissed at yourself?
Because
There's no need to be pissed off.
I mean, you guys get pissed off on the podcast.
Yeah, but like, it's for a good reason. What's your reason why you got so friggin' mad?
I was supposed to go do...
Crack his brain. He's
Well,
so confused.
Well, I was supposed to go to this like thing, and it didn't. This like
All right,
meeting.
so here's our special guest.
And here's our special guest, GRNDshrk.
What's up, GRNDshrk?
Hey.
We're live right now.
Hey.
Can you boys hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can hear
Can
you.
hear you just fine.
What's going on?
Hey.
We were asking each other how our days are going. How about you, GRNDshrk? How's your day?
It's going good, man.
Okay,
You know,
good.
Just doing some stuff around the house.
Hey, understand.
All right, so TrappedSnake, my friend, you have a couple of questions and topics to ask us. Ask us away, my friend.
All right, so I have a question. Do you guys like physical exercising by any chance?
I'll go first. I love the exercise because I think it's really amazing. I think there's a lot of good beneficial stuff to your body. I mean, like, obviously getting muscle. It also gets your blood flowing in the brain. It's just really good to wake up, just to exercise and just do stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Can you guys hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we
Okay,
can hear you.
Yeah, exercise 5 days a week. Always got to do it. I really think that it's just important to get out there and get some physical activity in. I noticed that days that I don't exercise and work out, if I haven't done it in a while, I notice that my brain's a little foggy. I'm maybe not as sharp as I usually am. And yeah, and contrary to what other people think, they think, if you exercise too much, you'll be tired all the time. When I don't exercise enough, I feel more tired throughout the day. So I think exercising is good. If you can do it in the morning before you start your day, I think it's a great way to start your day.
Yeah.
So yeah, big fan, obviously, of physical activity and exercise.
Well, speaking of morning, do you prefer doing it on daytime or nighttime?
I would say, well, I prefer doing it in the morning, but my schedule doesn't really work that way, so I have to do it at night. But yeah, I mean, I wish that I could do it in the morning. I probably could if I try hard to move some stuff around. But yeah, it's always better to do it in the morning, in my opinion. Good way to start your day.
Okay.
Understandable.
I respect that.
Yeah, how about you?
I usually do it.
Well, I just do it when it's time to do it. My dad usually calls me in, and I go do it with him.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, TrappedSnake?
I'm more of a night guy. It's like it's
Really
more like a, what's it called? It makes me more flexible towards other things I want to do, like such as like music and like art and stuff. whatever like thing I need to do, or like for example in the case of like was it schoolwork, so that I can, and plus I need that energy from like daytime to like start off my like whatever work I have, especially with college.
Okay. I like that.
And with like, and plus I can't even go to the gym in California, in Sacramento now, so I'm mostly just doing Muay Thai, which, and plus it's 10 times
Yeah.
more funner than swimming. I like swimming, it's relaxing, but it's just like I just don't feel like
It's
swimming
not your
sometimes.
forte.
It's not that it's not my forte, it's just that it's just if I don't feel like swimming, I just want to find other activities to.
Oh, okay.
And plus, I would have continued swimming if it wasn't for like COVID.
Now,
That
where are you
freaking-
doing Muay Thai at and swimming?
Yeah,
Where are you doing Muay Thai at, TrappedSnake?
it's a gym. I mean, well, I wanted to try what's it called? I wanted to try this gym, but I wanted to see if it's like it works out. I'm kind of like teaching myself, but it's like I don't want to. I've been looking to get like a coach to see if I can see if I could like there's any like fuck ups I make on like, especially with like more specifically like, since like Muay Thai is kind of similar to like, was it American kickboxing or like Japanese kickboxing? It's like, except with with the use of like elbows and like knees and stuff, you're like, they're not I'm looking to just like, I don't know. It's just,
You're just looking to find like a arts.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Respectable.
I think it's like
All
the
right.
thing with martial arts is that aside from like physical help, I think it really helps you mentally. Honestly,
Mhm.
like considering that it helps you with like confidence. It's like, was it insecurity? Like everyone's like insecurities, such as like not being able, like being afraid in tough situations, or like socially wise. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Respectable. All right. So what's our first topic that you brought us here today?
Let's see. I have a first topic here, which is Daft. Let's see here. What is the best martial arts in your opinion? Asking to like those who have practiced martial arts.
I'll probably do it. I think the best martial arts, at least in my opinion, is definitely. I'd probably say for like a basic one, it definitely would be karate. I believe that what's it called? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a really good martial arts to get into. That one has really good power. It teaches you restraint. It teaches you like a lot of stuff. And Muay Thai is pretty good too. You know, I'm glad you're taking Muay Thai, TrappedSnake. And I think the last one on my list is probably what's it called? Shaolin Kung Fu. Shaolin Kung Fu is really good too.
I think that one's okay. That one's.
What about you, GRNDshrk? How do you feel about martial arts? Like, what in your opinion, what's the best martial arts?
Honestly, I would. It's tough to say what the best
True.
martial art is. I don't really think so. I don't really think there is a quote unquote best out there. I think every single martial
Okay.
art has a good aspect of it. Like obviously, you know, like for example, Taekwondo, they really focus on kicks. They focus on
Mhm.
form. So you're gonna have really good kicks. You're really gonna have good form with your kicks, good flexibility, and with Taekwondo, they really focus also on this like back and forth movement. You know, when you watch
Okay.
two Taekwondo guys like sparring in the Olympics, they really focus on like back and forth movement, like straight forward and straight back. And then if you look at like boxing's all about angles, right? So when you're boxing someone, it's all about getting a better angle so you can land a better punch, being in as much danger as your opponent. So like if you compare and contrast those styles, they're like totally different, but each one has their own benefits, and not one is necessarily better than the other. But I think that's the way that mixed martial arts is going these days, and like UFC and all these different fight organizations is like whoever has the best mix of all these styles is the one, you know, who'll usually win because they have a balance of all of them, whether it's a ground game, whether it's boxing or Muay Thai or Taekwondo style.
Yeah,
Did
like
he just leave?
yeah,
Or he's back?
Sorry,
yeah, like,
I had
yeah, like the thing. It's like the thing about MMA. It's like it. I think I really want to credit what Bruce Lee for particularly like incorporating the concept of MMA. Like in the case of like Jeet Kune Do, where he like he incorporate from his like his training of like kung fu from like the case of like Ip Man or like even boxing and like other like styles he got from like various trainers. I think he really incorporates on what works for everyone, like what's the best part of it, and makes you like somewhat like makes you a near like a pretty damn good fighter. Comes to like martial MMA specific.
yeah, Jeet Kune Do is like an interesting martial arts because we all know it's from Bruce Lee, but like for me, I'm like 50-50 when it comes to wait, I forgot how to say it again. Jet Lee Kune Do, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
How do you say it again, Trap Snake?
Jeet Kune Do.
Jeet Kune Do, that's what you say. All right. For me, like Jeet Kune Do is interesting martial arts. Obviously, it is created by the man himself, Bruce Lee. But I'm probably going to do a lot more research, and I think the audience should, who's ever listening to this, should actually do some more research on like just any martial arts, karate, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, kung fu, any martial arts. You need to like research your time for that to see if it's like real or not. Because we there have been cases where there are like fake martial arts. So that's why I'm like telling people, hey, watch out for those people. Because they're gonna probably like rob you blind.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want people to go through that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's our main topic?
Have you ever seen the this Instagram account? It's called God, I forget the name of it. But McDojo Life, I think is the name. But yeah. So all this guy does, he posts clips of these like fake martial arts senseis, and those martial arts senseis who pretend like they have some kind of power, and they do like the Hadouken move that like Ryu does, and then they're, and then they're,
Are you talking about the one where people
Bruh.
like fall over? And
Yeah.
they just like have a spasm.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like
Alright, simmer down, guys.
it's almost like the sensei has like this weird cult power over these people who are like his students, and they just like do whatever he expects them to.
That's for me. Like when I saw that, I was like, "This cannot be real. This has to be a prank. This has to be a joke." Sure enough, it's real, and I'm like, my mind is fully blown. All my chromosomes have officially left my brain, and I have officially lost faith in humanity. So, wow, we really stooped this freaking low.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a good one. There's like
Okay.
so many examples on this channel. Let me see.
All right. So while he's finding us his source, Snake, what is our main topic for today?
I have a couple of topics for everyone, which is what was your first console / first time gaming? If you are a gamer.
That is a really awesome topic.
All right.
I'll let you go first, Sans.
Okay, so I grew up playing the PS2. That's what I remember.
Respects.
The first memory I had was me playing the PS2, and I played the old Grand Theft Autos on there. Those were amazing. They were funny because they had so many glitches. It was great. And I had Ratchet and Clank on the PS2, which I love that game. I always love Ratchet and Clank. And really and truly, that's all I remember for the PS2. And then I got the DS. Then we went to Wii. Then we got PS3. Then we got, PS4, Switch. And then up until now, I have my computer. So, yeah. Back then, PS2 was a really great system for me. and I would still play it, but I don't have it anymore, sadly.
That's unlucky to hear that, Sam.
E-
But for me personally, my first console was actually the Xbox 360. I thought it was a really good console. I had lots of fun with it, especially the Kinect. What the Kinect thing that you put on top of the console to, motion track you and all that other stuff. I thought that was really cool. But I didn't really connect with it until like I got an Xbox One, right?
Mhm.
The what's it called? I think it's the Xbox One S. Yes, that's when I really started to connect a lot with like a lot of competitive games, and it just really for me it was so fun. I think the first game I actually really related to that actually brought me into the shooter world, like third person, first person, whatever. It was actually Star Wars Battlefront 1 2015. And I've just been a huge fan of like, just basically just running around, shooting people, running around, shooting people. Second game was definitely Battlefield 2016. I thought that was a really good game. I was usually the medic class. I usually healed a lot of people. I also played a bunch of other ones. It was I don't remember all the battlefields. I had Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1942 and 1943 because those are the ones that people were telling me to get. They were fun. I had so much fun, but it's unfortunate that I uninstalled them. I just didn't want to play it anymore because I kind of got bored. And honestly, I'm more of that guy who just likes to play single player campaign. I think one of my favorite single player campaign story missions are definitely Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Those two are my all-time favorite campaign story modes or whatever you call them. I love those type of games. I just love Castlevania in general. But what about you, Ground Shark?
Oh man, for me, the earliest games for me were on. I'm old, guys. So the earliest games for me was on the original Nintendo.
Damn, you're an OG.
The original Nintendo.
Ah.
What, like
And,
the NES, SNES?
Just the NES, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I had I think my dad had it, and it wasn't even he had it on it. I guess he had played it, and he had Zelda. And man, I spent so many hours on Zelda. And back then, you didn't have the internet. I mean, you did, but it wasn't very fast, and there wasn't much information on it. So you couldn't really look up how to do shit on the internet. You couldn't look up a YouTube video of your favorite YouTuber to review it for you or show you how to find the secret. You had to buy the guide from this company. It was called Prima's Strategy Guides. And they had all the strategy guides for all the top games back then, like Zelda, like Donkey Kong, Mario. They had all the guides so you could find all the strategy, all the secrets in the games. And they had one for Zelda. And that was the only way you can really beat that game. You couldn't really beat that game unless you could look up the strategy guide or you figured it out on your own, but you'd have to spend tons of hours to do that. So that was my first game.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Guide. My dad.
I did not know that.
Same thing.
That's freaking cool. I respect that. That's hard to do, man. It's like you're reading an instruction manual on how to fix your car, right? But you're spending at least like 3 to 5 hours, like literally on stage 1, trying to figure out how to fix your damn car. Like, that's cool. I respect that. But damn, that must have been difficult.
Yeah, the guides, they don't make them anymore, but there's people sell them on like the aftermarket for like $500 because they're like such a collector's item. Yeah.
Damn.
They just
that's cool. That's cool. They're collector's items.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here's one on Amazon. I just sent it in the general channel.
Oh, let me check out this one. Let me check.
It's like going for like $600 or $500.
Oh damn!
Jeez, that's like
$400.
$400.
Wow, man, $400 for. Oh, it's a hardcover too.
Dude, it's like a chest. That's really.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, that one's like a collector's guide.
That's Wow,
that was
like
the only way
that.
you could. That was the only way
Oh,
you could
yeah.
really figure out how to beat games like these hard. Like Zelda was hard, man. There was a bunch of secrets in Zelda you couldn't really figure out. Like if you ever heard of the Lost Woods, basically the Lost Woods was like this place in the game
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
where if you go in there, you literally could. It's like a maze that you could never get out of, and you would stay in the same area forever until you could figure out a certain sequence
Oh,
of
is it
trees to
like-
go through.
Oh, is it like I forgot what Zelda that one was.
It was the very first Zelda.
Oh,
Original Zelda. So like you could get stuck on the Lost Woods unless you like went up, then left, then down, then right.
oh yeah.
then- like you'd
Yeah,
have to go certain screens, otherwise you couldn't get out.
That's
Yep.
wow.
Luckily, my dad had the original Nintendo, so I actually got to play the original Zelda, which was cool. Which I
this
enjoyed.
game's a classic.
Always is a classic, man. All right, so let's move on to our next topic. TrappedSnake, what's our new topic right now?
Let's see. We got one of our topics here, which is Daft Punk leaving the music industry.
Oh,
If you
that's unlucky,
do,
man.
do you
Yeah.
like? I have a question. Do you guys ever like at least heard of Daft Punk or like listen to?
I
Oh, yeah,
have heard of
listen to Daft
them.
Punk.
Yeah,
They're really
I've heard of
nice.
them.
I love their music.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like music that I like listening to. It's very catchy
definitely.
too.
For me personally, Daft Punk. I mean, I have seen images of them. I didn't know that that's actually what they were called. They were called Daft Punk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. I've never listened to any of their music before, but hearing you guys, I know TrappedSnake listens to Daft Punk. I know Sans listens to Daft Punk. I just really think it's unlucky that one of your favorite like all time, are they like a band or something like that? I don't want to get this.
There
I mean,
were
I know there are
two
two
of them.
people.
They were DJs, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, well, DJ group, I guess. Your favorite DJ group is like done. They're not going to do stuff anymore. It's really,
Yeah.
it kind of sucks. It's like Queen and the Beatles. They just split up, and it's like
Oh hell yeah.
unlucky.
My favorite Daft Punk song has
Mhm.
to be "Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger." That's one of my favorite ones. It's a very good.
Sounds
song.
Yeah,
good.
that one's pretty,
Sounds
that
good.
one's hella iconic.
All right, what about you, GRNDshrk?
Yeah, man. I think Daft Punk. I don't know how old you guys are, but it was like prime when I was like in high school, and
Oh,
yeah. So like Daft Punk, I grew up listening to it. I mean, it wasn't like my favorite. They weren't like my favorite artists by any means, but they were just always on the radio. They were always playing at the dances in school and things like that. So yeah, I mean Daft Punk's cool. I mean I respect that they're leaving. I mean the thing with them is they were always interesting because they never really revealed their identity. They never took off helmets,
Yeah.
and that was they were kind of like Marshmallow before Marshmallow was Marshmallow.
yeah.
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 So Daft Punk's the original. I'd say they're the OG, and they paved the way for a lot of guys like Marshmallow and whoever there is out there right now.
Dang, dude. Everybody's listening to Daft Punk except for me. I need to listen
Yeah.
to Daft Punk now.
You need to
Yeah,
listen
you
to
need
it.
to. You
Yeah, I
need
feel
to-
left out. I
Go
gotta get
on.
back. I gotta figure out what everybody's talking about. All right.
Man, Daft
You'll
Punk
like it.
leaving was pretty heartbreaking for
I
the
bet-
last week.
Yeah, I bet it was, man. That really
Because-
sucks. for,
Definitely
a
one
lot
of the
I
people.
think they made a video about it too. I think the video, the number one like blows up. I think
Oh, yeah.
the silver robot actually explodes. It's like what?
Oh, yeah. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very weird. Why would you choose?
It
to
is weird. I don't know
your
why they
character,
did that. I mean, whatever works, man.
But I mean,
I know, like Daft Punk. I'm gonna be real with you. I never listened to any song before, and I probably should. Let's be honest here. I probably should.
I'll
However-
send you. I'll
Yeah.
actually show you later.
Yeah.
on-
Okay, sweet man. I appreciate it.
Show you a couple of links.
I hope Daft Punk is for me. Like I actually,
Mhm.
a lot of people have been telling me, oh, get into Daft Punk or something like that, and I'm like, never understood what Daft Punk is until now. So it's true unlucky to see this this oddity on the internet that's been going on since like, like for example, Ground Shark's high school days. I've and I missed out on so much. I need to get into
Yeah.
this now. All right, so
I
let's
think
move
they also
on
worked
to
on
our
from what's it called, the Tron Legacy
yeah.
movies. Daft Punk also. I think that's
Oh,
also.
well, that makes sense because they do electronic music.
Yeah, they do like
Yeah.
electronic and like synthwave music. If you ever listen to like synthwave, I fucking love synthwave.
That's cool. All right, so let's move on to our next topic.
Let's see
Alright.
our next topic here, which is, who do you guys think is the best Spider-Man?
Oh, here you go first, Sans. I know you really want to talk about
Okay.
Spider-Man.
All right, so the one that I watched, my first Spider-Man movie that I remember was Tobey Maguire.
Mm.
And to be honest, he is my favorite Spider-Man. No one could top him. I'm sorry, but he's always going to be cherished in my heart as the best Spider-Man because he took the others he took his role and he did it. He acted like how Spider-Man would act. He acted like Peter Parker, like how he would act. And he did good with the Venom suit, except for the dancing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
except for that
Maguire.
dancing. Yeah, Bully Maguire.
That's such a good meme. I love that. I love the Bully Maguire meme. It's so funny
Yeah.
to look at.
But the one scene from the movie that really gave me felt like he's a cool superhero, that he is one of the best superheroes for me. Is that one scene where that iconic scene is where he's stopping the train and then the train he has to stop it, but he gets hurt along the way, and the people on board find out who he is, but then they put his mask back on. That's what I like about Spider-Man. He never stops, and even if he does reveal his identity, people will say that person's not him, and it would be like, it's just, all I gotta say is it makes me, every time I watch the movies, it makes me happy to see them. I love Spider-Man, and I always will.
Yeah, I think that's really well spoken what you just said back there. I do love Tobey Maguire. I love all the Spider-Mans, even what's the one dude's name? He was the second Spider-Man before Tom Holland took over.
I think it was
I forgot his
Andrew
name. I
Garfield.
liked him too. Yeah, Andrew Garfield, I thought he did pretty good too. I felt like he could have done better, but at least he tried though, and I can't really get mad
Yeah.
trying. I think, yeah, let's be honest, not my forte, but at least he tried. I like him. I thought he did okay, but it's definitely not my forte at the same time.
I didn't like the was it the Spider-Man movie before not the one after like Tobey Maguire and before like Tom Holland was. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
It's Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. Wasn't a huge fan of it.
I thought it was okay. I mean, it definitely got me in an emotional level, but I don't know. I'm just been more of that Tobey Maguire guy or Tom Holland. Honestly,
Yeah.
I really do respect Tobey Maguire, but I kind of like Tom Holland a lot better. He's kind of a lot more funnier than what's his name? Tobey Maguire. I respect Tobey Maguire. I think he is hands down the best Spider-Man that's ever been on the live action screen.
I think it
Respect Tobey Maguire, but I have to relate a little bit more to Tom Holland because he's kind of like my generation's Spider-Man. For other people, it's like a third generation Spider-Man. So that's how I relate to. So, what about you, GRNDshrk? You got a favorite Spider-Man? Tom Holland?
Yeah, honestly, for me, it's got to be Tobey Maguire. He was the OG. He was the first one that came out with Spider-Man movies. The thing is, he came out like right when the Marvel movies were starting to become big. All of these like before probably the early 2000s, making comic book movies other than like maybe Batman was like, you didn't really do it. And then eventually the Avengers franchise came up, and then that was huge. But Spider-Man was the first one to like kickstart it all off, man. And Tobey Maguire was in there, right at the beginning. So I think he's a pioneer. I think he played Spider-Man, perfectly in my opinion. I haven't actually watched the other ones, so it's hard for me to compare. I can't really compare it to the other ones, but I have no interest. I have no interest in watching those. I think Tobey Maguire was, he's enough for me. I don't need to see the other one.
Yeah. Understandable. I think for me, it's like, I think Tobey Maguire does a really good job capturing like the more
he captured Peter's side more than any of the other ones.
Yeah. It's like the darker aspects of like Peter's life.
Yeah,
and
he took, let's say the Venom part of Peter. He took the part where Peter was very angry. He took that part and he did it well. Like, except for the dancing part. I don't like that one. That part was weird.
I thought it was kind of funny, but like you said,
dancing
it was kind of weird.
Yeah, but
he's just like moving and grooving, man.
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire.
But the thing that I like is he took it because in his thing, Venom was taking over and it was making him angry with his real friend, like Harry, and he actually hurt Harry and he felt bad. And that's when he wanted to, rip the suit off. Because, that scene is so iconic. The bell scene. I love that scene. That scene plays very well. I love the scene where he literally rips the suit off of him because you can tell how, like, he doesn't want him on him anymore. He doesn't want the suit on him because it changes him. He doesn't want to be that person where he hurts his friends. And I like that. It's very nice. It was very, man. It's a very
I
good
can't
movie.
get the dancing scene of Tobey Maguire out of my head now that you keep saying that. It's so funny, but it's like, who thought this was funny? Like, it is funny, but it's like, from my point of view, as like someone who likes to look at movies and study and how they work and all that stuff, I kind of don't see how that adds to the story. It is funny though, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't add the story. Like how with other Marvel movies, for example, Thor, was it Thor Ragnarok? It's funny, right? So like Thor and Hulk are about to fight each other, right? And Thor says a funny line, right? And Hulk's about to smash him and all that other stuff. And it adds the level of detail to the story. Tobey Maguire just dancing, it's like, oh, okay, haha, funny joke.
It was out of random too. It was like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what the frig?
He walks outside of a building. He like smacks
dancing.
his hands together, and he just starts dancing and walking down the street and pointing at people. It's like, what?
Oh my Lord, man! All right, let's move on to our other topic. How many topics do we have, by the way, TrappedSnake?
Let's see. I've gone through 3 topics, so let's see. We got here, which is my third topic to everyone, which is, well, what do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, I really don't know.
That's a really good question because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll probably,
like, what do you want to do in 5 years specifically in general, or what?
5 years. Wow. Looking on to the future. That's a real banger, isn't it?
I mean,
let's see. I'm thinking about it. I'll probably see myself as like that dude who's just having a regular job, having a normal life. Maybe adopt a dog.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I don't see myself. Oh, actually, all right. I thought of it right now. I actually want to be a swordsman in real life. I really want to strive in the Italian and German art styles from HEMA, historical European martial arts. If I cannot get kendo first, because let's be honest, katanas are bae and longswords are not. Just kidding. You're probably gonna die.
I might want to start like maybe maybe I'll be a singer. I don't know, because
I would
I
love
like
to hear you
singing.
sing. I think you would be an excellent singer.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think you would be fun.
I love singing. It's great, but I also love doing video games and doing videos with people, because that also makes my day. Like helping
What
people.
kind of music do you sing, Skeleton Boy?
Mm, well, like I usually sing like. This is hard because I don't know what type it is, but I know what like the lyrics are. It's kind of like music, like any
What do you
music
mean?
I would sing, like any music, even if it's like old music, new music.
So like
I
jazz, for
music,
example.
Yeah.
yeah, music is music. I love
Okay.
every type of music. Every
Okay.
type of music is like, yeah.
Where you do you have like a song or set of songs you practice? Maybe give us a sample.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to give you guys a sample. I mean, maybe after the stream I will, but
Oh, okay.
I'm obliged to hear it.
Yeah.
But
oh man.
what about you, Ground Shark? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
My answer is boring. I mean, I have a family and I have a regular job. There's nothing really all that interesting about what I have planned, but
Mm.
just maybe have another kid and I don't know.
Oh, settling
5
down.
years, 5 years is a long time. Yeah, I mean, I'm chilling. I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, you're having a good life, man.
Yeah.
Seem
Yeah,
relaxed,
I'm
you
not
seem
trying to do.
confident.
I'm not trying to do anything super ambitious right now. I'm just trying to provide for my family and
Respect.
and
I respect
enjoy my
that.
time. Yeah.
What about you, TrappedSnake? You asked us this question, and now it's your turn to answer. How do you feel? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know. Maybe once I'm done with like college or so, maybe I might start moving out of my home, like my hometown, like start making things for myself. Probably like maybe like I might as well start creating music again. I might as well start creating music and maybe like have a job on the way, if
Ooh.
like maybe a part-time job, because like I still want time with my music
Yeah, you want time with your music.
and like if like music doesn't work in that case, then I might as well become like probably like a manga artist,
Ooh,
or
okay.
like a game, one of those like video game design people where they just like draw like characters for people.
Oh, character design.
Yeah, character design. Yeah.
Wait, that's what I'm going for too, man. That's gonna be funny. We're gonna be competitors in 5 years.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That'll be funny. I
I
can't
don't
wait
know.
to see that.
I can't wait for the. Can't wait for the.
It's possible.
Can't wait for the. No. I'm not gonna say it.
All right. We should probably move on right now. What's our new topic right now?
There is.
TrappedSnake?
I have my last topic here for the. Oh fuck! My thing's on. My journal's like way upside down.
You okay? So the topic is an upside down journal.
No, it's not. No,
Keep coming up with them.
no, it's not. Okay.
But please continue, my friend.
Okay, like all right, let's continue here, which is, well, have you ever played Final Fantasy VII, or at least heard of it?
Yes,
I
I have
played it.
heard of it. I need to play it
I
though.
played
Yes,
it,
you
but I didn't
have
beat
played
it yet. I still need to play it.
Yeah.
Well, I still need to beat it, not play it. Well, beat it and play it is the same thing.
Well, I have some.
Well, which one is it?
I don't know. Maybe both.
Maybe both.
You can't argue with that, man. All right, but all seriousness though, for me, Final Fantasy is definitely one of the OGs. It's definitely like I would probably say NES, SNES. I forgot, but I have played. I have played Final Fantasy 1. I love Final Fantasy 1. I thought it was really good. Final Fantasy 3 is definitely my favorite. Final Fantasy 7, I do need to play. I do need to play the remake and the original. I have seen clips of the original, and the original is actually kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yes, it is. It
It
is
has to
very
do
The-
with
the
one scene.
content- The
Yeah.
content is just so good. I just
Yeah, the story is good. It just makes you invested into like the world of Final Fantasy, especially the soundtracks too. Because obviously, we heard of One Wing Angel. Freaking what's it called? We got what's that? What's that soundtrack where Cloud is riding the train? Sephiroth. What's that one soundtrack where Cloud is running on the train? Oh, the bombing mission.
Oh yeah.
The bombing mission is definitely one of my favorite ones from Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy. See, what's the newest Final Fantasy besides the remake? It was Final Fantasy 19, 18, or something like that.
15, I think.
15. That's what it's called. My bad. I gotta keep up with this.
Noctis, with my boy Noctis.
I didn't like 15. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say.
15's okay.
Damn.
I mean, it had a new thing. It's called. I think you drive around everywhere. You get in a car and you drive. It's very. All I remember from it is you're the son. You're the son of a king.
Okay.
Which is really cool. And you're a prince, and you have to find these ancient weapons, and they call to you, I think. And
That's
you absorb
cool.
them, and then and the fighting mode is really cool because you fly in the air and you get weapons that fly around you, which is really cool.
Whoa. That's freaking
Yeah.
cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's. I'll show you. Like I have the game for my PC.
Okay. I can't wait to see it. But anyways, what about you, GRNDshrk? How do you feel about Final Fantasy?
I think the last, God, I'm trying to remember the first and the last one I played, but the last one I played was it 10? The one with Titus? Is that his name?
I think so. Yeah, I played.
Yuna, or is her name? I think.
Are you talking about the
kid's name?
Are you talking about the girl? Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is Titus. That's right. Okay, so that's the one I played. That was Final Fantasy X.
Mm-hmm.
That one was cool. I mean, I can't really compare it to the other ones. I know I hear a lot of talk about 7 being the greatest one, but that one was on Super Nintendo, I think. But I played 10. That game was pretty awesome. I think that was my first like turn-based RPG that I played. And I think I really liked the story, and I liked how you can min-max and stuff like that. And it's a fun game. But yeah, I think I wanted to try the online one. Was it 12 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
But I never got around to it. But I heard that one was pretty cool. Before I played that one, I was really into WoW. That's what made me almost get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think at that time I was just starting to get busy with I was graduating college and shit, so I didn't really have time.
Yeah, understandable.
Understandable. So that is what about you, TrappedSnake? How do you personally feel about Final Fantasy? Like the new remake news and all that other stuff. I mean, hell, we got a new trailer coming out for Final Fantasy remake.
There's a new remake for Intergrade. I was so shocked, dude. I can't believe it. I have so many theories on what's gonna happen in like Final Fantasy Part 2. I don't want to spoil it. I wanna wait till maybe
when things have settled down.
Things have settled down and maybe Sans has finished a game.
I don't want to spoil it for him.
I don't know.
I don't think I even played that Final Fantasy. Well,
you need to.
Yeah.
Well, a remake of it is coming out, so I might try that one.
All right, so that's our last topic, right, for you, TrappedSnake?
Yes, for today.
Okay. So we'll cut to an ad break, and then after the ad break, it will be my turn, and I will be sharing to the audience and to most of you guys what my topics are. They are really fun. I just hope everybody enjoys my time. All right, let's cut to an ad break, TrappedSnake.
All right,
take it away.
Keep going.
I want to start my own podcast, but I don't have the money to actually start one. What am I going to do now?
Hey Virgil, what's wrong?
Wait, what? Oh, hello, TrappedSnake. I really wanted to express my opinions and do it live in front of everyone, but I don't know how to start my own podcast. Where can I go to make my own podcast?
I can tell you, Virgil, with our sponsor, Anchor.
Wait, really? What's Anchor?
Anchor is a website that allows you to record your podcast from your computer for free.
Wait, for free? Really?
Yes. Anchor also has creation tools that allow you to edit, upload your videos, and it distributes to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc.
Can you do everything on Anchor?
Yes. You can do everything at once. You can also make money with no minimal listenership.
Whoa, that's actually crazy. Where can I go to actually download Anchor, TrappedSnake?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello, we are back with our ad break. I hope you guys enjoyed that ad break from Anchor. And also, just to get you here, talk about everything with here, which is, if you guys want to listen to the audio version, make sure to check out our Anchor and also our Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, everything else there. I'm pretty sure we have our podcast here somewhere aside from YouTube.
Okay, my deepest apologies. I'm having some deep internet issues and keeps lagging on my end. But all right, so I do have my topics, and this one is something that GRNDshrk can relate to. He has shown me this game, and I'm very thankful he showed me this game. This game is not my forte, but I really wished I got into it, and it's truly unfortunate that it is no longer available. So this topic is EA ends development on Anthem, and Anthem is basically you're just flying around. You have an Iron Man suit, and you're just basically flying around and killing stuff. And personally, I think it's truly interesting why EA cuts development on Anthem. And I think it's pretty interesting too, because they were fighting to keep this game online, and then they just decided, cut it off. It's like Battlefront 2. They cut support for Battlefront 2, and this is definitely no different to Anthem. But what about you guys? What do you think? I will start with GRNDshrk first. What do you think about Anthem? I know Anthem is definitely one of your favorite games.
Yeah, did they I haven't played it in a long time because there was a lot of problems with it, which I can talk about. But did they finally cut development for it? Because they were talking about doing an Anthem 2.0.
That's where I'm concerned the most. There's not a lot of information about like EA cutting development on Anthem because this just recently came out. This came out like 2 days ago. There should be information, but EA is, I think, in my perspective, reluctant on why they're cutting development on Anthem. Maybe this could be Anthem 2, right? Maybe
I think,
it's kind of like
what I've heard is they're mulling around with the idea of cutting support for Anthem. My guess is they probably just don't have the player base they used to have for that game, and they're just not bringing in any money. Yeah. But it's a damn shame because Anthem was really unique. They had a really unique combat system. The way you could fly around, movement, the physics, everything felt like really good, and it was not like your standard first-person shooter or that type of game. It was really unique, and like the special abilities you had in that game, there was a lot of things about it that made it enjoyable and just like one of a kind. So like the core combat of the game has really high potential, and you'll see this if you ever do research about the game or look into the subforums where all the enthusiasts are still playing it. But everybody says, and it's true, the game at its core, the physics and the fundamentals of the game, they have so much potential. But the problem is that there's just a lot of progression issues, a lack of content. So I think overall EA probably just lacks the developers the manpower to really make this thing flourish and really build on top of it. Because after playing the game for like 3 weeks, you're pretty much maxed out and you can't really do much else. You're just kind of like flying around killing the things you were killing like 2 weeks ago that are no longer a challenge for you. So I mean, the game has a lot of potential, but I could see why EA might want to cut support for it. But that's a damn shame if they do.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a question
Okay.
about Anthem. Considering that you guys play Anthem, is it
Yes.
is it just like do you just like grind out for like max out everything and just like there's no
Yes.
like other like there's no like other content you can like just play because like considering that they like cut support for it, there's like no like interesting like
No,
I
there's definitely
yeah, there,
content. There's
yeah,
dungeons. There's lots of things you could do, but it's just a little repetitive because it's the same stuff.
very
They need to
repetitive.
add. They need to add more content. They need to add. They tried to add dungeons. They tried to make it like Destiny, where but Destiny was just way more successful because their formula was a lot better in that they just delivered. They delivered the right content at the right time, and it was successful. But Anthem, that's what they lacked. They just didn't deliver the right content. But the core engine was there. They had the chance to do it, and they were started doing it. They had some of these dungeons. They had some of these weekly quests that you could get some really nice rewards, and the leveling system, the min max system was really nice. But just at the end of the day, you didn't really have a lot of substance outside of that.
What about you, Dan's? What do you think about Anthem based on the
I
information
never
that me and
really,
GRNDshrk are
I
giving
never
you?
really, well, I never really looked into it that much. I
Mhm.
saw videos of it and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty cool game." But then I never really got into watching what it was about. Like I only saw one thing and it was like and that was at GameStop and they were announcing this game that was coming out. And I was like, "Ooh, that's a pretty cool game." It reminds me of a little bit of Warframe a bit because there's robot suits and I love Warframe. Warframe's a really good game. It reminds me a lot of it because do you have to go into robot suits in that game?
Yes.
Like, okay,
So it's
so
like a big giant diva mech, I guess you can say. It's like a bunch of
okay,
diva mechs you fly around in.
okay, so it's like Warframe, but I'm not gonna spoil Warframe's story because it'll spoil why you're a Warframe. I'll probably say it after stream though, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I, I'm
moving
I'm I,
on. All right. Sorry, my freaking mic is lagging out. All right.
yeah,
So
it's all
Tom
good.
and sorry. So moving on to my next topic, we got Tom Jerry the movie. All right, it is out now. I think it's coming out. I think it said it was like last Friday. They said that it's coming out. It's probably in theaters right now, or it's probably next Friday. But I think it's this Friday. So my personal thoughts about Tom and Jerry, I think it could make money. It looks entertaining, but at the same time, based on the trailer, it just doesn't really interest me. I mean, like it's kind of like the way how they did this. It feels like a lot like Rocky and Bullwinkle, where they try to put the characters, in CGI form in real life, right next to it's kind of like Space Jam, right? But it's more 3D ish, and it's like I don't know, that kind of failed in a way. Rocky and Bullwinkle kind of failed, and I think that's how Tom and Jerry the movie is probably going to fail. So I'm going to start with you, TrappedSnake. How do you feel about the new Tom and Jerry movie being out right now?
well, I haven't seen the trailer. I will definitely go watch it after the was it
Okay.
the podcast? But it sounds
Yes.
pretty exciting to see, but I'm also not excited because it's like here's the thing, it's like Tom and Jerry movies are kind of like I think they're pretty mediocre at best in my honest opinion. I like the maybe it's not for me, but it's like I like the show though. It's pretty
What about you, Sans? How do you personally feel about Tom and Jerry? I think you have been very vocal about Tom and Jerry in the past on this podcast, and I think now
Well,
will be no different.
well, well, yeah. I think it'll be an okay movie. I'm just saying, for me, when Tom and Jerry, like, well, when the show is still going, the show is,
Hmm.
um, well, it's still running, not going. But when I was like sick, it would come on and it would kind of cheer me up when I was sick. But now that I've, you know, gotten older, it's not like it used to be. It's still a great show. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it'll be an okay movie, like how the Sonic movie was.
Oh,
But it'll
yes.
probably be an okay one.
Okay. I respect that. Moving on, GRNDshrk, how do you personally feel about Tom and Jerry, the new Tom and Jerry being out? Do you think it will be successful? Do you think it's gonna, disappoint people? How do you personally feel about this?
Man, honestly, Tom and Jerry, like I feel like that is, I don't understand it. Like why would any movie company invest in a cartoon franchise that's 20, 30 years old right now? It's not. It's probably more than that. It's probably like 40 years old. Tom and
True.
Jerry is just super old. I watched a little bit of it growing up as a kid, but even back then it was old school. So I personally think it's gonna flop. I mean, maybe they might break even on the movie, but I don't know why anybody would invest in making a movie about like it's like coming out with a Charlie Brown movie now. Like, why would you do that? Snoopy's is super
Oh,
old
yes.
school.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I forgot
and
that
the,
existed.
you know, and the kids these days can't really identify with it because they didn't grow up with it. So I don't know. Doesn't really make sense, but yeah.
Definitely. I truly, I truly feel like Tom and Jerry does have potential. It's just like now is not really a good time to bring out Tom and Jerry, especially with this whole mess of what's it called again? Oh yeah, the virus that shall not be named because
Mhm.
of monetization. I feel like it needs to be better.
What just happened?
What happened? What?
Okay, sorry. Like I said, I've been having internet issues, but like I said before, Tom and Jerry being brought out right now with the virus that shall not be named due to monetization. I feel like not a good time. There needs to be better timing with these companies releasing like really old cartoons. Like there was going to be a Popeye movie. Unfortunately, that's not in development anymore because a virus. It's truly unfortunate. All right, moving on from Tom and Jerry, I have WandaVision episode 8.
Hold
No
on.
spoilers, by the way.
Hold on. Before you bring up the next topic, I just
Okay.
want to say that the next one's probably my last one. I gotta head out after this one.
Okay,
All right,
thank you
that's
so much
fine.
for joining us. I'm so
worries.
glad you could join us. Okay, so last topic for GRNDshrk and third topic on my list before we go down is WandaVision episode 8. No spoilers, by the way. WandaVision is very interesting. It's leading up to a newer movie. I personally feel like some major villains will make appearances, such as, maybe Doctor Doom. We got other villains like, friggin' this is not confirmed, by the way, if Doctor Doom is actually going to be on WandaVision. But I feel like Doctor Doom is probably going to be in WandaVision. You probably have Baron von Zemo. He has been officially revealed by Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I would like to see him make an appearance. There's just a lot of stuff going down in episode 8. However, I will say this right now. We have a really interesting villain for the show, but I will not say that villain's name. But TrappedSnake, how do you personally feel about the information I shared to you? Do you think WandaVision will lead up to the next MCU movie? How do you personally feel about WandaVision?
I've never been a huge fan of WandaVision, but I guess
Okay.
I guess you could say based on like what your like analysis, kind of your mini analysis thing, what you've said, I think it could lead up to a movie, but maybe not. Maybe like it'll leave off some sort of like thing that will probably not get some like closure, but like the
So
thing
like a big cliffhanger.
like a big cliffhanger.
Okay.
But like
Okay. I like the way that you're thinking.
but but it might be the same like formula like how with like for example in the case of like like in there's like individual movies for each hero from like the Avengers for example
Oh,
like
okay.
what is it, Iron Man or like Black Panther or like one of the like
No, Captain America. Okay.
Captain
Yeah, I
America.
like that.
I remember how
Yeah.
like they specifically like had those like individual stories like that gives us some like backstory for them compared to like the comic universe where it's supposedly like different. I'm not sure. I haven't read every single comic, but it might be the. I think it might be the same formula, but it might not be. But I don't know. I guess that's my like possible conclusion thing.
Okay.
I get.
Yeah. I like the way that you're thinking. I personally feel like that's probably the route they're going to go with, Disney or whoever's running Marvel as of right now. But Sans, how do you personally feel about WandaVision? Do you think that WandaVision is leading up to bigger MCU movies? Like, how do you feel about this new episode that I just told you about?
Well, I haven't watched it, but it may. I'm thinking it may be making way for new movies.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that.
Yee.
Thank you.
Yee.
But all right. What about you, GRNDshrk? How do you personally feel about WandaVision? Do you think that WandaVision will lead up to other, like newer movies, new MCU movies, like, Doctor Strange 2 and the Mystical Madness or something like that, or Black Panther 2? What do you think?
Oh, of course it's going to lead up to new movies. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's look, anything that's going to bring the producers of these movies money, they're going to jump on it. So,
Okay.
Obviously Avengers is pretty much done now that they've beat what's his head?
Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos. The only
Epic
other guy
Fortnite emoter.
Yeah, the only other guy besides Thanos is maybe Galactus, but
yes.
they'd have to build up to that one. But obviously, if they have Vision right now and he's like the main star or whatever, he may lead us into the next series of Avengers trilogies or sagas that'll come up. Maybe there's Galactus, maybe there's someone else. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Indeed, man.
Or maybe a new villain.
Yeah, a new villain. We never heard of. Maybe it could be, like I said before, it could be Doctor Doom. It could be Galactus.
I actually would like to see Galactus in
I would love to see Galactus too, but it's like it's gonna take a long time to bring his head ass into this friggin' MCU. So
his head ass.
Oh, I'm not even lying. He has a big friggin' symbol on the top of his forehead.
Isn't he a giant ass fucking floating
Yes,
head?
he is.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, maybe the mini villain will be Silver Surfer. I think that would be really cool. They bring in Silver Surfer, and it's not even a Fantastic Four movie. It's just like a mini series called WandaVision. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You said you needed to go, GRNDshrk?
Yeah, boys, I got some stuff to do today.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, it was fun, guys.
I hope you had fun. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much for joining us again, GRNDshrk, and hopefully you can join us again in future episodes of Ghost Boys Live.
Definitely. All right, boys. Have fun. See ya.
All right.
Yep. See you around. Stay toasty, man. Okay. Next on my list is Star Wars Bad Batch coming to Disney Plus on May 4th. And Star Wars Bad Batch is basically a Clone Wars TV show that is being produced by, I think it was Dave Filoni. He has been producing a lot of Star Wars content that revolves around the Clone Wars. And this is after the Clone Wars, okay? So this is like after Order 66 and basically anything that, revolves around Episode 3 and the last season of the Clone Wars. It's very interesting. And the fact that this comes out on May 4th is also pretty interesting. I mean, hell, Star Wars Day is May the 4th, right? May the 4th be with you. However, this is actually a bad time to do Star Wars stuff, especially for Clone Wars, because of the whole Gina Carano situation and her getting fired. Fans have been getting extremely mad at Disney. Basically, how they voiced their madness is that they basically go on anything that their Star Wars YouTube channel, right? There's a Star Wars YouTube channel, the official one, right? Anything that they post, immediately dislike bombed, just to show how much they're so done with the shit that Disney has pulled, right? I, for one, am definitely one of those people, right? Not because I hate the video. I want to send a message saying, hey, you screwed up with Gina Carano. You screwed up with The Last Jedi. And you sure as hell better not screw up with The Bad Batch. So
Wasn't there
what
like
about what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'll start with you, Trap.
Wasn't there like a video with Kathleen Kennedy with the
Yes.
and then
Immediately dislike bombed.
there's like a huge dislike army, and then to the point where the comments were turned off.
Yes, that is true.
I think my problem it's like with like Kathleen Kennedy, especially it's like they can't take constructive criticism from like the fans where
No.
it's like
Yes.
it's only left towards like it only goes towards like the things where people where it's like a mob where it's like we're in a whole mob, especially with this whole mob mentality thing where
Yeah, it's like why can't we just why are we putting this in entertainment? It has, at least in my opinion, it has no right to be in entertainment. But if you really want to do that, do it better. You know, there are ways to do it, right? Make characters relatable that are representing, what Lucasfilm wants, right? Make them, relatable to the public, right? And the public will be like, all right, this character is awesome. I don't give a shit about its political background or any of that other stuff, right?
yeah, like I mean
I
I might
want
not
characters
agree.
that relate to me. I don't care if they're like political backgrounds or if they're something else. I don't care. I want a character that I can relate to, that I can
Yeah,
focus on through the story. So it's truly unfortunate that this whole Gina Carano s just got
wasn't there
out.
like
Bad Batch is getting dislike bombed.
wasn't there like a
Bad,
thing where it's like they twist like Gina Carano's like situation
yes,
with like one
that
of
is,
like the
and
actors
mm,
with like
yeah,
or something like that because like
I was extremely upset. I took up to YouTube just to figure out what was going on, and I, for one, I'm still pissed off to this day because it's just over one little thing. Why? Seriously, like I
I
don't know.
forgot what was
Lucasfilm is
the
just
actress name. Not it was not Gina Carano. It was like I haven't like I haven't seen all of like Mandalorian or like Star Wars even. But it's
okay.
like
Oh,
what
are you talking about the Asian woman?
not Kelly Marie Tran, but the
Oh, okay.
I think it was some other actress. I forgot her name.
Okay, she is in The Mandalorian, correct?
I think she was in the. I think she is.
Okay, she's probably the sharpshooter chick.
Yeah.
I think she's awesome. I liked her. I thought she was awesome. The fact that she teams up with Boba Fett is just amazing.
I just hate that like was it Luke not Luke more specifically like Disney decides to like twist her narrative into like one of them and makes it so it's their like issue, not like Gina Carano's issue with especially not being able to speak with like what's on her mind and like
Yeah, you can't even speak freely without getting shut down by these people who are running a big time company and they're losing thousands of money.
I like the thing is I don't necessarily like agree what she says, but like that doesn't mean
No,
that
neither do I.
but like that doesn't change the fact that I'm gonna go start harassing the fuck out of her
No, never, dude.
or like start
It's like
setting up
we always
mob
say this on
mentality.
our channel. Never harass other people because of, what they think,
Like
unless they actually committed the act.
like the thing it's like well actually no, I don't think like either at all. We should like it's okay to hold them accountable with like
Yeah, that's
towards
what I'm trying to say.
like
But like harassment is just like not on my list.
or like give them constructive criticism in a way that's acceptable.
Yes. Yeah. All right, my words, the way how I explain stuff, I'm not really good at explaining stuff. So for people in the audience who are screaming at me, calm down. Let's just chill out. I didn't really mean to say that type of thing. I meant to say, how do we say it again? It's just like harassment's not okay. Holding up people accountable is okay, right? Harassing
Yes.
people, never
Yeah, don't
never my
not
forte. That's why
bullying
I said the act of, them doing it, it's okay, right?
like bullying is
Oh.
not necessarily okay.
Oh, hell
regardless
no.
regardless if they
Ever.
like did a stupid like shit like the stupidest shit or like the most fucked up thing, but it's like I think the
Yeah,
thing
it's
is
just not okay at all.
I think the thing is that we should like let people know what they did and like
Yes. Call them
and
out
like
on their BS.
give our feedback to them and
Yeah.
hopefully they can take that and like makes them better overall. But it's like,
All right. So, what about you, Sans? How do you feel about the Bad Batch coming to Disney Plus on May the 4th? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? How do you feel?
Is it a Star Wars thing? Because
Yes, it is. It's based in the Clone
Okay.
Wars, or after the Clone Wars, I should say.
Oh,
But it is
okay.
using the same animation
I mean,
style.
I remember watching the regular Clone Wars,
It was good. I loved it. Best
the
best
animated
Star Wars.
one.
Amazing.
Is this one an animated one?
Which one are we talking about, from the early 2000s, or because I'm talking about the one that came from like this using the 3D art style?
Yeah, when I'm talking about like Star Wars: The Clone Wars with Anakin Skywalker and that.
Oh yeah. I mean the one with
Okay.
Ahsoka Tano, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what I'm
like
talking about too.
animated. Okay. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I might start get back into Star Wars.
Good.
If it's good, I'll get back into Star Wars.
Good.
It depends on if it's good or not. You know.
You must learn the ways of the dark side of the Force, my young apprentice.
Yes, master.
Oh, welcome, my apprentice. Moving on, we have our last topic. That is Spider-Man 3 Field,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think this is going to be a really good movie. I'm going to start with Sans first. Go ahead.
I heard about it. I've seen stuff about it. Something is telling me that they're gonna do like dimensional stuff with this movie. Like, I don't know what
Okay.
type, but something is telling me that people are speculating that the
okay, he cut it off.
Okay. All right. So, what about you, TrappedSnake? How do you feel?
I don't know much to say. I've seen the teaser. It looks pretty cool overall. I think I'm genuinely excited, especially with like
okay, I'm
especially
back.
like Tom Holland's Spider-Man debut was a pretty much a success overall. Especially, I'm really excited to see.
I'm back. Okay, so continue what I
you
was
were
saying.
you were saying?
Yeah, continue what I'm saying. Yeah, people are saying that the other Spider-Mans from the other dimensions, like Tobey Maguire, is gonna come back and, you know, play his part again as Spider-Man and maybe teach Tom Holland some tricks or stuff, and maybe the other one, you know? That's what
Garfield.
I keep hearing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that those two are gonna come into Tom Holland's world and help him fight a main villain. That's what I'm thinking. But if it's not, it's still gonna be a great movie because Spider-Man's in it, you know?
Yep. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Spider-Man, and with this new movie coming out, I think it says this December or next December. I'm pretty sure it's this December. I cannot wait to actually go see that movie. I need to see. I haven't seen a movie in a long time, especially in a movie theater. I just want to get back, sit down in a regular theater, eat some popcorn, hang out with my friends and my family, and just watch what's on screen and then criticize it if it's bad on the podcast. I cannot wait to do that because I love movies. I'm very passionate about movies. Like I said before, Marvel is definitely one of my movies, and it's just really awesome to see another Spider-Man movie already done and ready to go for December 2021. I cannot wait. So that is actually it for me, TrappedSnake. I will leave the rest to you, my friend.
Okay, so let's see. I have a couple of last couple topics here. Some last minute topics here, which is what do you get? What is your what is your do you think, what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer coffee or tea?
For me, I'll go first. For me, either, because I'm not a huge coffee guy or a tea guy.
Me
But
too.
if I would probably if I had to pick one, like if there's no option where I couldn't pick either option, I would probably tea. Tea is water. I love water. But then tea, if you mix it with like some sort of minerals and all that other stuff that you put in the tea, I would probably say, oh, I'll probably drink it. But I don't know. Tea and coffee has just never been my thing. More of like milk and water guy.
Me too. Me and you're the same.
Hey, respects, man. All right, but what's our next topic, TrappedSnake?
And my next topic here, which there's the stupidest tweet I've ever seen on Twitter.
Oh boy.
It's I'm gonna read this off
Oh,
from my
no.
on a topic, which is there's this Twitter that goes, Twitter is saying that your body isn't natural if you had to work it for now. And then there's this girl that responded with what's so natural about it though? If you decide to walk to work rather than drive and lose 20 pounds, is that not natural? But yeah, but not lifting weights is not, walking is not working out. And then the other response is the guy retweeted says, so if I work in a warehouse and lift boxes all day and get fit, is that not natural? Since when is boxes of weight? Like, go bother someone else today, please.
I don't know how to freaking feel about that, man.
Yeah. And then she said it was
I'm
a
only
joke
gonna say
later.
this. Oh, get the hell out of here. That's just classic Twitter. Immediately as they get called out, they're just like, all right, you know what? We screwed up. It's time to
a
go
joke.
defensive mode.
It's a
Go
joke.
defensive mode.
It was not some.
Defensive mode activated.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know, just keep your mouth shut. If you're gonna like be insulting to someone, just keep your mouth shut, okay? Before you get called out, and you know you're literally called out in front of half of these millions of people on the internet. I don't
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
that kind of infuriates me a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, why? Like, if you walk a certain like specific, like for example, like 30 minutes or so, why? I think it's kind of like working out, but it's not. I'm not saying it's the best form of working out, but it's like, it's not the worst.
But it's still technically physical activity, though.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you're not
says
when you're
it
not
on
working
Google.
out. You're
I
definitely
mean-
lifting boxes, though.
Yeah. You're definitely lifting boxes with like certain weight, and you're just. I don't get why, like.
I don't know.
People
That's just Twitter
defend-
for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move on from that because it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Just meh. All right. So what's our next topic? This is our last topic, or?
Oh no! Remember the cancer girl, guys?
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, this time, yeah, she is back with being not only bullying an autistic kid, but also being a racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's she bullying the kid for?
Well,
Just being autistic, bullying the kid.
she's
Oh.
on my person not to like book.
I mean, she's the most likable person.
It's like how can you defend a person like there should be like
Especially
no
her
way you
simp
should
army.
be able.
Her simp armies.
Yeah, exactly. You know, screw those guys is all I have to say, dude. You're literally defending a person who's harassing other people, and like we said before, you know, earlier today, you know, harassment's not good. It's never been Gucci on our channel. Never will be. Never has been.
I think she was while I was on her live stream. One of her one of her simps that went on with her was making a joke about
Yeah.
like slavery and shit. I don't know if it
Oh, that's messed up. I never joke around like that.
and especially around like, and then like with the whole thing with like Jewish people and everything. I don't want to go further into it. It's
Yeah,
like,
don't go too far into that. That's just not a don't
I don't
don't ever make fun of those people. They're
It just
that's not cool, man. It's like
definitely horrible.
what's the whole point of insulting each other because of our races, dude? That's not cool.
Man,
Right.
I could see why her father like needed try to get her a psychiatrist.
Yeah, because she's literally insane. She's the full definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? I feel bad for the dad, dude. Like, That's just, oh man,
But my question is that I like while I was doing like a couple things is that he's a college student that got into fucking Yale University, one of the highest, one of the
oh,
best
okay,
colleges
dude.
in fucking the U.S. My question is, how the fuck did she get there
I,
when she can't
you
even
know, in my
spell
personal
Wait, can she
opinion,
can't even spell when she?
like,
Like
I, I don't know, man. That's
not only
how
like,
do these people get into high ranking universities, man?
but they're like
How?
they're like the worst fucking humans on the planet.
Yeah, it's like they don't deserve an education. But I don't know, man. It is their opinion, though. I will respect it, but I'm also gonna hate on it
Yeah.
a little bit. To not where I'm straight up harassing people, but
Yeah.
where it's like acceptable. But like I also don't like it at
I
the
just
same time.
despise what they're doing. It's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's definitely wrong. All right,
I
I think that's our last topic.
That will be pretty much it here, guys. So thank you, guys.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll let
Thank
you.
you. Thank
I'll
you
let you
to
take it.
thank you to everyone who has watched our podcast. Especially, I also want to thank GRNDshrk if he's watching the rest of it. I'd like to thank him for specifically taking this time to listen to what of our topics, giving his personal. We get to know him a little bit and like. Yeah, and also make sure to also listen to the Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, everything else there. So stay toasty, my friends. All right. Goodbye, everyone.